Not too great, but it is only in 1 gauge increase, and it's firing extremely sad bullets. Oh, need. Hey, go back to normal. What's up, bros, and welcome to the Gaming Bros. Alright, so this will be a solo video of me playing from the depths. There was a recent update with advanced weapons in it, and this is AA guns that I'm currently making. Of course, as you can tell, there is no room whatsoever for them to be like this on here. So they will probably be moved up farther towards the wall and changed a little bit on this area. For the most part, the system is extremely easy once you figure it out, but it's extremely hard to figure out. It took me and Jesse almost I want to say 4 hours. It was probably more like three. It probably took me 4 hours. I was playing longer than he was. Um, this whole thing right here, correction, right here, took us forever to figure out. Um, Extremely complicated. It's kind of like whenever you first started trying to figure out the custom cannons. That's pretty much what it is. Once you figure it out, it's plenty easy to do. Alright, so I will actually make a basic version of these, so it's less complicated, because I'm sure you guys are probably like, what in the hell is going on? Um, Alrighty, so basically, you, you start this. Whoop-de-doo. I didn't do this, put on the one-axis turrets on the other turret, on those, because I'm smart. Now, let's see here. We will go to, actually, let's do blocks for now, because I want to get it a little higher off the ground. Yes, higher off the ground does help people. It does, because there is a lot to do with these. Alrighty. Now, firing piece, yay, as any other standard weapon. Oh, I never turned this into 6 barrels. Um, yes, on these cannons, you can actually, you can go from anywhere from 1 to 6 barrels. You can have two, three, four, five, six. Pretty awesome, right? Um, Now, of course, you always have to have that firing piece. Now, these are the different types of firing barrel attachments you can have. You don't have to have these, I don't believe. But for this, we will use the anti-air. Let's look at this without having all those letters up, which is extremely nice. Looking at it, it's like, oh, that actually looks like it would be fun. Because it looks beautiful. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's all shiny and circular. Like, not most of the things on this game are circular, so it's kind of like, whoa, bro. Alright, we have barrels. The bore, this increases, not increases, well, decreases, yeah, decreases the cooldown time for your weapon, which lets you fire faster, obviously, because it's cooldown time. And these don't run by reload time. Well, they sort of do, but it's more cooldown time now because of the weapon overheating, and you can't fire while it's still cooling down. um, So it's basically standard stuff for the barrels. It really hasn't changed at all, just different names and whatnot. And I'm sure you're all happy about the gauge increase. Gauges increase is always fun for you guys. Um, I'm only gonna do it once because I'm still working on how to make it better per se. All right, so this is the gauge increase right here. Now, you might have to look down at the bottom screen where the red box is saying what it is to know what I'm looking at. The gauge cooling unit will decrease the cool time for said weaponry, so you can fire faster. Now, obviously, we're still going to need six-way connectors. I'm going to mirror this here. Six-way connectors for the weapon. And, of course, you're probably like, you need the autoloaders, and autoloader, look at that, yay! Now, I haven't used the belt feed, but if you look in the top right corner here in the description, it will say that say something like while firing out of that auto loader belt feed, you cannot reload and you cannot fire while you are reloading, which is why I go to the auto loaders and not the belt. Now, uh, for these, I would it's come to about what was it? Four auto loaders per gun is what I find is easiest to reload, but I am going to do 6 on this actually. So we now have the gauge increase, 6 barrels on, and the auto loaders. Now hit that way too many times. All right, you actually have clips, magazines, whatever you want to call them. This is where your ammo is stored. Now, whenever you're storing ammo, it has to be built, and we will get to that here soon. Now, the clips have to be facing a certain direction, and they have to be like narrow is going forward. You understand? All right. Um, the bottom part where it looks like they took the knob, like on the top and left, right sides, and they smashed it off the ground a couple hundred times. That is what goes in to the what are they called? Auto loaders. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. Um, now that is essentially the gun. Yay! Pretty simple, right, guys? Um, another thing that you will need for that is this ammo input feeder, and you might ask what that is, but I will get to that very soon, and you will then realize what it is. Here, all right. Now, I'm sure you're all like, okay, so we're talking about ammo. This is where the ammo comes in. All right, so we have the ammo controller. Now, this is a nice fancy looking block. Very, very awesome. You like the little decals on there. Flak monkey. Alright. There's a little monkey in there. I like that. Alright, so you have your ammo controller. Now you use customizers. Because we have a 1 meter shell clip size things up there. You put down 2. Now you're probably like, but that's 2 meters because each block in this game is a meter, I do believe. You put down 2 because they actually compress into a 1 block spacing. So you want to make sure that you have the correct spacings. Like we were trying to make a 4 meter long one, and I accidentally put 7 instead of 8, and it screwed up the entire thing, and it wasn't loading for some reason. And you can go into that whenever you make it, and right here it'll say invalid design. Can I stop that from turning? Yes, there we go. Invalid design. That is because there are no nose cones. Sort of like a missile in a way. We will use AP capped here, and then put on a solid warhead body. Or wait, okay, yeah, that did it right. All right, so you still need gunpowder casings, obviously. So now you can see your design there in the I forget what they're called, ammo customizers. Sorry. All right, now up on here we have 6 auto loaders, and oh yeah, 6 auto loaders and 12 clips, and then because we have 12 clips, we obviously have 12 input feeders. Sorry. Now the input feeders get their ammo from over here, and you're probably like, well, how does that happen? Well, this is how it happens. You put down the shell parts. I want to say shell boxes, but it's shell parts. Now, you still need ammo processors and ammo boxes, barrels, sorry, not boxes, for this to work because you're making ammo, so you're going to need it. Alright, so now we put down the ammo output feeders. Those will magically send bullets through space and send them back into space, into these other tubular space magical things. And they'll put them into the clips here. And in order to do that, you see it's not happening right now. You just do this, and what? Hold on. Let's see here. No ammo router on the turret. Cannot. That is correct. I forgot about that. Okay, now this is also an issue with me, is I forget some things at some times in time. Being as it may, we need to do that. Then, oh yeah, and this is an ammo router. From what I believe, it sends the ammo through space and sends it from here up to here, and then it goes to here. So yay, and I need to put one on the hall if I do remember correctly. So restart. There we go. Alright, so let's just put this here. Hopefully this worked correctly. Yes, there we go. Alright, now you that's a lot. Yeah, I know, but that's for the AA back there. So we come here and we have assign all unassigned intakes to this ammo source. It will make it, that button is for that. It's for like one gun has its own ammo source, and that's how it gets, that's how you like select what you want it to go to. All right, you're probably losing me here. Each one of the guns over there, there's one turret with 2 guns in it. Each one has a separate system for its ammo, and that's the ammo system. So whenever you're in here and you go to assign all unassigned intakes to this source of ammo source, to this ammo source. Sorry, I'm saying source way too many times here. It'll just do it to that section. It won't do it to all of it, which is kind of saddening, but it works, okay? And as you can see, it's loading. I think it takes about 4 or 5 seconds here. 6, 7. Takes 7 seconds. My apologies. So 7 seconds to reload at a rate of, what, 3, I think it is? I do believe it's 3. 3, 2. No, yeah, it's 6. It's 6, sorry. I keep thinking it'll go into this clip right here, and it doesn't. It fills up one clip at a time. Alright, so, woo, I'm back here. It's kind of weird going through all that, but you get used to it. Alright, so now that this turret works, yay, fire. Now, I'm sure you heard me say barrels, multiple barrels, and I'm sure you're happy to see multiple barrels. So here we go, number of barrels right here. Now, actually, let's do 4, make it look different. Ooh, very cool. I like that actually. Now, of course, you see cooldowns is actually the reload speed, fire rate, whatever you want to call it. It's at 0 because you actually have to fire it before it will tell you what it is, and it is 48. So 48's not bad, and this is what I do with these guns, is it has 48 seconds for each fire rate. So what I do is that. You change the firing delay by that, and then you can fire it at those intervals. Yay! Now, I realized after I made this video that you actually divide the cooldown time for each barrel by the number of barrels you have. I did it earlier, but it wasn't working, and I now realize that it's actually because of the amount of autoloaders I had. You need to have enough autoloaders to load the gun fast enough to fire at the rate which you're firing at. So make sure that you guys do that right. Also, whenever you change how many barrels you have, it actually changes the size of the ammo because barrels actually get smaller. And it also takes out all the ammo that you had in there, and it refills them every time you change it. So if I were to change this back to 2, it would take it all out, and it starts reloading at a different caliber of shell. Not too great, but it is only in 1 gauge increase, and it's firing extremely sad bullets. Oh, hey, go back to normal.
You're coming too close. Yes!